Hello there and welcome back to my channel, and today's video is a bit of a remake actually of a pretty old video now. It's about sort of 5, maybe 6 years old, where basically I talked through my recommended polymer clay tools such as this little lot here. I just thought it was about time that I kind of remade it really, just to kind of freshen things up a little. I'm sure some of my tools have changed over the last few years, although a lot of them have actually stayed the same as well. So if you're new to my channel, I make mainly sculptures of people, although I do make smaller projects like pin badges, polymer paintings, as well as little animals, etc. So the tools that I'm going to mention today work particularly well for those, but as they're mainly official Fimo and Sculpey tools, they've obviously got a universal appeal, so you can go off and create all sorts of things with them. I will be listing all the tools I mentioned today down below, and there is affiliate links, so you can obviously go and check those out if you're interested. And yeah, let's go get started. And my first selection today is my 3 ball tool sets. And yeah, these are from Sculpey, and I have to say they're really versatile. Just show you how I use them. The medium size ball tool is really great for creating eye sockets, and yeah, I use this one all the time actually. So also comes in handy for, you know, all sorts of stuff really, but certainly that's what I use it mainly for. And the small ball tool is, you know, really handy for various stuff. Just creates little nice indentations there, so it's really useful as a little kind of texture tool as well. So you want it just to create like a sponge effect really. You could do that as well really easily. And the large ball tool here, I never use really, well certainly very rarely, so again that could be useful for creating texture. I don't know if you can see that very well, but yeah, it's creating like a little crater effect there, which is yeah, really nice. But what's interesting about these tools is that they come with secret tools on the bottom, and these are useful as well really. They're all rubberized, so there is a bit of give in them. They're not you know, rigid tools like the top pieces. So there's a couple of kind of conical shaped tools there, so that goes pretty deep. I have to excuse any traffic noise today, lots of tractors about. And this is a kind of similar tool here, so again it's like a conical shape, but the top there is creating quite a nice bit of texture really, so that's useful too. And this one is more like a kind of blending tool really. That's what I kind of use it for really anyway. It's certainly not the best in the world at what it does, but you know, it does come in pretty useful here and there. So yeah, it's a nice addition to get these 3 little tools for free. So yeah, that's the Sculpey 3 ball tool set. Next up is the Sculpey clay tool starter sets, and yeah, these are really useful too. I have to say I don't tend to use this one very often, and it's kind of all made of rigid plastic, so there's no metal on this one, but again that can be really useful for creating a bit of texture. And as before, it again comes with secret tools at the end, so that's another kind of circular tool there that you can create some texture with. It's similar to the large ball tool, actually slightly smaller. And next up is probably my favourite tool, or certainly the one that I use most, and that's yeah, just your bog standard needle tool, and it's yeah, really great for creating texture. So I kind of use it to create like a fur effect really. If you keep going at your clay in all different directions, yeah, it does come together like a fur effect. It obviously is a bit messy here, but yeah, I've used this effect for various of my polymer portraits, as I'm sure you'll have seen if you're a regular viewer of my channel. And you can create all different kind of effects as well, so you can use the side here to create just, you know, different indentations really. So it's a very useful tool to have, and yeah, really versatile. I've just ruined the eye there, haven't I? So let's just pop that back in. There we go. You'll never know it was any different. And here's my knife tool, and I tend to use this one to clean my pasta machine more than anything. It's yeah, weirdly really good for that particular job, just because it's not the kind of sharpest of tools really, so it doesn't actually come in that much very handy really when you're kind of thinking of cutting clay. You know, you'll see there it doesn't actually cut all the way through, but I use it to clean my pasta roller. And I was going to talk about my pasta roller in this video, but I think it deserves a kind of video all of its own really, to discuss the different ones that I've used. So that'll be on a follow-up video at some point. And next up is my acrylic roller, and I believe this is made by Fimo. I'm not sure if Sculpey make them too, but I really like it. I know you can get cheaper rollers than this that are made out of plastic, but to be honest, I like a bit of weight to mine really, because you get kind of a better roll really. It doesn't stick either. It's as long as you're obviously cleaning your tools regularly, but yeah, it's just really handy, and does what it says it's supposed to do really. So there's not a huge lot to discuss about this one. And next up are my cutter blades, and these are from Fimo, and they're quite old now actually, so I probably need to replace them, but this is just a straight edge tool, so it's yeah, just really useful at creating different lines of clay if you wanted to. And it could be a little sharper now if I'm honest, but you know, it's yeah, been through the wars I think, but yeah, I do need to reorder those at some point. But what's interesting is that it comes with a little serrated edge blade tool as well, which is really handy. So again, that's useful for different kind of textures really. That's not coming away very easily. Let's just do that one again. So there we go, that's a lot better. So yeah, that's really good to come alongside the straight edge one. So they're both pretty versatile, and this one I use all the time actually, so yeah, I do need a replacement. Next up is my Scalpel, and I've got two, and very similar to each other actually, and I use these all the time. I find that although the blades cutting tools are really useful, sometimes you need to be able to really kind of get in there and try and create a little bit of detail, or you know, cuts that are so small or intricate you will never be able to do them with the blades cutting tool. So I'd heartily recommend that you have a Scalpel or two in your studio or workspace as well. And next up, I've mentioned clay ball tools already, but I do have this little set as well that are years old actually, and I can't quite remember where I got them from. It might have been a hardware store, it might have been online, I don't know, but I find it's quite useful sometimes just to have ball tools in a variety of different shapes and sizes, or just sizes actually. So there's a really teeny tiny ball tool here that is really useful for creating indentations or texture, and there's a larger one there, so again that can be really useful. So I just think it's about building your collection as time goes on actually. If you for instance, see some tools in a haberdashery or a homeware store that's really cheap, you might want to just grab them and add them to your clay tools collection, because I pretty much guarantee that you'll use them at some point really. And next up is my cookie cutter sets, and I've had these for a while actually, certainly a few years. Well, I've actually got 2 of this set actually, because like everything, because they're made of plastic, they don't kind of last forever really, and they're not the sharpest of tools out there, so they do need replacing every so often really. But yeah, there's various different sizes here that I use for bases for my polymer clay people, and I tend to use the rounds for bases, but you also get kind of flower shapes here as well, which I think are really useful for pin badges, that kind of stuff really. So they're available I think on Amazon as well, so I'll link that below. But you don't have to get these ones, there's all sorts of variants of these kinds of things out there, so by all means go and have a look. And just following on from the cookie cutter tools there, these ones are also really good, and these are metal tools, so they're a lot sharper, so invariably these will last hopefully a lot longer. But they're really versatile because they're a lot smaller, so it enables you to create different elements for your model making, so you can make circles or moon shapes and yeah, that kind of stuff really. So yeah, these are really recommended. And next up are my teeny tiny I don't know if I should call them cookie cutters actually, because they're so small, they're more like fondant cutters really. And I just thought I should have done this video as a piece of ASMR content really, because gosh, I love this kind of stuff when people are playing around with tiny things. But yeah, these are super versatile, so there's all sorts of different shapes here, and I think they came in like a metal tin when I got them originally, but I kind of just used them in my plastic box alongside my workspace. So there's all sorts of shapes here. Heart shape is really useful, and a star. So yeah, these are super great for creating little elements for your pieces. So yeah, I wouldn't be without these actually. They come in handy for various projects, I can assure you. And lastly, I just wanted to mention that you can use bits and bobs from around the house as well really. You know, anything basically can be used as a tool if it makes a mark. So I really like using a toothbrush now and again, and that's I don't know if you're going to see actually, because it's a very shallow effect coming through, but yeah, it's a nice little texture effect tool for your polymer clay. And I guess if you wanted to cut out sections as well, it would create a different effect as well. So don't throw away those toothbrushes, because yeah, they're really handy. And again, cocktail sticks are really handy. You can use them for creating different effects really. They're also kind of useful for using as an armature. Certainly if you're not used to working with craft wire, or you're not sure how to use it or which gauge to get, and obviously if you're a beginner level, it's really great to use cocktail sticks, because they enable your pieces to come together. And yeah, again, like a scourer, that's can be a really useful texture effect. So yeah, I know that Sculpey make a lot of different texture sheets and stuff that you can use, and they're really great. And I just wanted to, you know, show you that anything's a texture really. If you've got some stuff kicking around at home and you think it might be useful, just experiment really. So yeah, there we go. I hope you found that useful, and if you have any suggestions or recommendations of polymer clay tools that you think might be useful, by all means leave those down below, as yeah, I'm always on the lookout for different things that make my life a little easier as a polymer clay artist, so I'll look forward to seeing those. And I think that's all for today, so thanks for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.